What's going on, guys? Broken Prophet here, and welcome back to the vlog. Here's hoping whatever day of the week I drop this video, because I have no idea what day I'm gonna drop this video, but I hope whatever day it is, it's going great for you guys. So I kind of teased the fact that I wanted to do a video on a spiritual item that I found that was commercially available that I felt could potentially be spiritually, emotionally, and even at times physically dangerous. Not harmful, but dangerous. And I'm not talking in dangerous in the sense that it's got sharp, pointy things that you can fall on, because then that could be scissors, right? Absolutely not. No, this is actually a spiritual item marketed as a spiritual item, but halfway marketed as a game. Now, y'all know my rules when it comes to things that I say you guys, or maybe not necessarily you guys, but beginners to spirituality should never mess with or should never do. Right? I always say one, you never offend any spirits. Okay, especially if they're spirits of a particular tradition that you are not a part of. That's a big no-no. Number two, you don't muck around with Ouija boards. You never know what's on the other end of that thing. And Ouija boards are the grounds or the playground for Zozo Demon, Mama, and a host of others that you're pretty much inviting in. So you don't muck around at those. And three, pendulums. You never mess with pendulums. I gave you guys a formulary where you could make a pendulum with a High John the Conqueror root that would allow you to communicate with him, because nobody's going to like knock him out the way. That's just going to be who you're going to talk to other than that pendulum. But a pendulum and Ouija board, you don't know who you're talking to. And contrary to what a lot of other spiritualities may say, it has always been my belief and the hoodoo belief that spirits can and will often tell lies. Now, they'll tell you truths to garner your attention, but they will tell you lies for the same thing. The coin of the spiritual realm is always attention. That's one thing that one show American God got right, because spirits know, and the ancient Egyptians knew that as long as someone speaks your name, you do not ever die. And so they will do whatever they can to keep your attention. So I was combing through a few spiritual, I don't want to say warehouses, but places where I source some things for www.trueconjure.com, because I wanted to offer some things for you guys that could be hoodoo, but maybe just some things to keep things exciting, like maybe different tarot decks or oracle decks or something like that. And I stumbled across this thing and I said, this can't be what it looks like. And so I ordered one, and it was exactly what it looked like. Guys, the name of it is the tabula mortem. Roughly and loosely translated, either the tablet or the table to the dead. So I'm going to open this thing. And I'm so sorry. I'm doing this one-handed. Well, let me just put it in my lap. I'm doing it one-handed because y'all know I've had shoulder surgery recently, and I'm not wearing my brace. But immediately when you open this up, inside of the case is this picture. Black fellow, top hat, pipe, gloves. Okay. There you go, right there. Y'all, this thing was published by the US gaming company by Judas Knight, Jerome Van Dyke, Jacob Van Dyke, and Jordan Van Dyke. I have no idea who these people are, but here's the book that comes inside of it. US Game Systems. They do a bunch of board games and cards and stuff like that. Here is the board. Now it's a 4-part board. Open it up, and you got your standard Ouija board. Anybody notice something dead center of this Ouija board? That's a veve. That's a veve. That's a veve to voodoo. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Papa Legba's veve. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Papa Legba's veve because of the cane. And of course, it's got ring and listen, these folks are twisted because I don't know if the camera's going to show it because I know sometimes cameras show things mirror image, but the letters are going around backwards. Y'all, they're going around backwards because I've never mentioned this. But on the spiritual side of things, it's like a mirror image. You know, if you hold your left hand up, if you ever paid attention, your reflection is holding up their right hand. That's kind of how spirits see things. It's dark and hazy, but it's a mirror image of our world. Okay. So they have the letters running backwards in a way that the spirits would see things. They also have numbers and they have what they call cave runes. I don't know what these symbols are. I'm gonna have to look them up, but they say they're cave runes. So not only are they mixing traditions, they are see a veve calls a spirit now, and Papa Leg was not one to be messed with like that. That not one to be messed with. So they've built a Ouija board around a veve that people do not have in Palo. We call it licencia, which is license, permission. You know, you don't have permission. If you're not a Mambo or Hungan, why are you mucking around with a veve? That's only part of it. So, you know, Ouija boards come with planchets, right? The thing that you set down and moving. This is it's metal. Look, the camera's not focusing now. There we go. Yeah, this is metal. All right, check it out. Tabula mortem. Anyone who knows anything about Ouija boards, spirit boards, talking boards know that if you look through with your dominant eye, you can see into the spirit realm. But y'all, there's supposed to be glass there. And the glass makes sure that the window does not become a door. Does that make sense? That's the purpose of the piece of plastic or glass that's in there to make sure that the window does not become a door. So they're using some ridiculous stuff here by mixing traditions, using a veve without permission, and now they're not having a critical piece of protection. Probably, and here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. This planchet also doubles as a pendulum. And it's a strong one. And that's why they advertise it. The planchet doubles as a pendulum. So you light a candle, open up this dang board, and if it doesn't move, well, you've got a pendulum right there. Now, remember what I said about not, you know, being disrespectful. Let's open up the little book that comes with it, the guidebook. And they talk about spirit teachers who come through and teach you things. Hopefully, y'all be able to read this. Making an offering to the Loa. Look right here. Do y'all see that? Make an offering to the Loa. And let me read this to you and see if this does not become offensive to you, so we need to write to US Games about this. If you do get a Loa on the board and decide to work with it, not to work with them, not to work with Papa Leg, but not to work with Urzuli Freda, not to work with them, but to work with it. If you do get a Loa on the board and decide to work with it, then you will be expected to make offerings to it. In voodoo, there are complex rituals for this, but there are also simple ones. What we give you here is very simple, but should be effective if done regularly. The simplest thing to offer to the Loa is food or drink, and for this, you will need an altar. Altars can be a complex subject unto themselves, but just think of it this way. You are feeding a spirit to give it better contact with you. Like a pet, it needs to know where its food will be. Altars can be a complex subject unto themselves, but just think of it this way. You are feeding a spirit to give it better contact with you. Like a pet, it needs to know where its food will be. A pet. Y'all, this product here is disrespectful to the voodoo religion, is disrespectful to any member of any African traditional religion. Okay. I thought about offering this board because, people, no matter how much you tell them not to do something, people are going to want to do it anyway. Right. I was like, people gonna want to do it, but teach them how to do it respectfully. But then I read that part, like a pet. That is so disrespectful. And so many people are going to get hurt with this thing. You don't just approach spirits. You don't disrespect them by calling them its. You don't disrespect the members of those traditions by calling the spirits that they hold dear it. You don't refer to them as pets. You do not leave out the protective piece of this. You don't have a planchet that doubles as a pendulum. You do not have a board that has an unauthorized veve on it, mixed with some cave runes that who knows what they are, arranged much like, I can't say that, but we'll just say the way the alphabet is arranged backwards is more akin to the language of the dead. You don't speak the language of the dead out. Like, you just don't do that. So, with that being said, and I just made the decision because I was really thinking about offering this board and just saying, you know what, guys, if it can be a powerful tool to someone strong enough to control this board. If you are strong enough to control this thing that they have thrown together, if you have a respectful relationship with Papa Legba, for one, and that is something that only a Mambo or a Hungan can give you, not a book. You're going to have to go to a Mambo or Hungan and be taught. If you have a relationship with Papa Legba, and if you have the testicular fortitude or the ovarian fortitude, some of y'all ladies out there got some great big old lady balls to control these things, then you could know anything that you need to know about anyone that you need to know without half Googling. They didn't intentionally do this. I'm sure of it. They just wanted to throw some stuff together, right? Is this dangerous? Absolutely. Is it powerful? Potentially. Would I advise that it be sold as a game? Absolutely not. Sorry, y'all. Look, I'm over here trying to like move my arm without hurting myself and put this thing back in here. US gaming systems, you really, really messed up with this one. Um, yeah, no. I really see if this, and the thing is, I think that's the reason why this board has been out for like a few years now, but you don't see a lot about it. You know, that's why they're trying to wholesale it to me for what they're trying to wholesale it to me for, because I think the spirits have pretty much killed this board because they know that in the wrong hands, there's going to be a lot, and maybe see this stuff like this is the reason why the Catholic Church is training more exorcists than they've ever trained before in the history of the Catholic Church. They are churning out just as many trained exorcists as they are parish priests now, and it's because of stuff like that. Okay, so with that being said, I'm probably still gonna mess with it just to show y'all what it's capable of, but y'all don't do it. All right, y'all don't do it. Anyway, guys, let me get out of here because I need to get up the road to get some ice for my ice machine for my shoulder. If y'all have any questions about this board, or if y'all want me to bring it to a live stream, then y'all hit me up in the comment section and let me know. Okay. But with that being said, as with always, make up your own decisions. Y'all don't have to do something just because I said to do it, but just understand, I, I, I've been around. I've been around a couple of blocks. So if I don't recommend it, I would hope that that will hold a little bit of water with y'all beloveds. Okay. But with that being said, thank y'all so much for tuning in to this video. If you gained any value at all from it, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and if you would like to go and purchase any authentic hoodoo traditional spiritual items, then as the scroll down there, you can go to www.trueconjure.com. And also there's the Cash App or the Venmo if you feel the need to sow a seed. And with that being said, you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you all for tuning in. And I'll see you next time. Prophet.